Go. Hi, I'm Bopsto, the Elder Weeb,
And I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
and we are the Anime
The
Boys.
anime, the boys.
Anime Boys,
Thank
hell
you,
yeah,
thank
man.
you, thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. We're back at it with Chainsaw Man. Hey, we're actually caught up now, which is
Yes,
great.
we're
It's
finally
awesome.
caught the fuck up. It's
And you
great.
know what? Now that we're caught up, these episodes will now basically be releasing the week they air,
Yeah, it's gonna be freaking
which is cool.
sick.
They're not going to be lagging behind anymore,
No, we are
which is sick,
not.
which is great.
Yes, very, very great.
hmm
So, this episode was everything I had hoped for and more.
Yeah.
It was.
So
It,
since I've read the entire manga and since Red recently read the entire manga, we have both been hyping up and anticipating Denji's fight with the Eternity Devil. And
yes,
man,
was it
oh man,
nuts?
it was to the point where we actually waited till that sequence finished before we actually started writing notes.
Yeah, we had to stop taking notes just to watch it and just
Yeah.
do nothing else because it was so good. It looked so good.
Uh-huh.
But
So
it was so
you
good
said
that I created
you,
my own thesis about it, and we're
you
gonna
said you
discuss it.
said you said you had some things you wanted to say about this, so I figure I'd let you say them. Maybe I butt in every now and then, but the
It's more
floor
it's
is
it's more of
yours.
a monologue kind of thing.
Yeah,
Bit
man.
by bit, piece by piece. But
It's
if you
like
have anything about the scene you'd like to discuss beforehand, now's the time.
no, other than this, like, so dude, so he was pretty sick when he jumps in. We start hearing the fucking bass line to the third ending, and then
Ah,
the fucking guitar and shit kicks in, and
it
it's just fucking
gosh,
sick.
the
He
whole
drops it,
animation's pretty.
gets chomped. He's slicing and dicing, getting fucked up.
Oh
It
man,
looks so nice.
it's so
It's really,
good.
it's really, really fucking good. And man,
I'd have to say
it's just
right
it
there at the
captures.
end when the heart is exposed
Yeah,
and he chops it, the feral animation that comes with
yeah.
what he's
So
saying and his tongue flying out of his mouth, it was
that's the
phenomenal.
one thing. So that's one thing I always liked about the manga is whenever Denji goes Chainsaw Man, he's like a fucking feral animal. Like he fights super wild. He says crazy shit,
But that is the
and
energy
it's
of the
just
chainsaw.
that's
So
the energy of just a mixture of like Denji's chaos and the fucking chainsaw.
it's absolutely
It,
beautiful, man.
it's great. And I was looking forward to this because this fight is like a really great example of like how fucking entertaining and feral Denji is whenever he is in chainsaw mode.
Yeah, it's just
And
his energy as a whole is
yeah,
completely changed when he pulls off chainsaw or
yeah.
pulls out chainsaw. It's like so
It's
good.
like his inhibitions, almost as if like his id takes over.
The voice
And so it's like his
actor,
base instincts. Dude, props to Denji's voice actor.
dude, he needs to get a raise. Like this man needs
Yeah,
like tons of money. Give him just throw your money at him. Shut up and
it's
take my money.
yeah, man. It's this dude's first major role, and he's fucking killing it.
He's fucking
I can't wait.
crushing it.
And I don't watch subbed anime that often. I watch it every now and then, but I hope he gets more roles
Me
because
too.
he deserves it.
Man,
But
it's hella good.
yeah, I figure we'll go ahead get your little monologue out of the way and whatnot.
All right, bro.
So what you got to say? I've
All
been
right.
waiting. It's just like when I wrote my shit with the first episode of Demon Slayer almost.
Yeah, except
So
mine's a little bit more extensive. It's gonna cover the
yeah,
whole it's gonna
yeah.
cover the whole fight. You ready? You ready?
All right, yeah, let's
It's
fucking drop in like fucking dingy.
all right, man. Let's do it. He's dropping in from the gulag, and the massacre begins. He starts getting fucked up by the Eternity Devil as he chomps down on Chainsaw Man. He emerges, slicing and dicing with feral raw emotion and animation. The tide turns as the devil takes him, and he starts losing blood. And at that very moment, he has what could only be described as a brain blast. He eats
Hell
part of
yeah.
the demon to regain blood and restarts the reformation. The devil sees this and breaks Dingy's neck. It seems to be over as he lies lifeless on a pool of blood until Himena or Hinama. Himeno, excuse me. Whoops. Jumps to action, pulling her ghost arm into existence and pulling the chain once again. He has done it. He has created a Nobel Prize winning perpetual motion machine known only to his powers. 3 days pass as he constantly hacks away the others. Sleep deprived and lifeless due to hunger and can only watch as he finishes the job. The devil has finally had enough and exposes his heart as he can endure pain no longer. Chainsaw Man, victorious, claims his prize and the crew finally escape, and Denji collapses from fatigue and overwhelming grotesque victory.
That's pretty good. I like that. I fucking like that.
I kind of just went for it.
That about like sums it up pretty well.
It does.
The excitement felt throughout that entire fucking fight.
That's why I want to just put my emotion in it, because it was that good. That fight was insane.
Yeah, it's like we'll reel it back a little bit, but that shit's good. I like how one thing I found very interesting is as Denji comes in, he starts up the fight. We get a small flashback with Himeno. With talking with Kishibe, where Kishibe gives his great little talk about, hey, you got to be at least a little insane if you're going to survive.
Yeah, that was,
and that shit. Like I said, I love that fucking philosophy of his that he has, because throughout with what happens later on in the series, it rings super true.
From reading the manga, he is probably one of my favorite characters.
Yeah,
just because of his thought process and the way that he is. And how far he's gotten with just believing in his own philosophy is just it's actually breathtakingly amazing. Breathtaking. It's
and we get another piece of the flashback where Himeno basically trying to convince Saki, like, hey, let's go private. Like, let's just not do public safety devil hunting, because she doesn't want him to die, because she becomes convinced at that point, it's like, dude, Aki's just a regular dude, he's probably not gonna survive much long with other partners.
He's just not gonna last very long.
I like that part of Himeno's character where she was so scared of losing another partner, because it's happened to her so many times.
But at the same time, it's like she understands and respects his decision in the same sense. So but she only uses her powers to protect, rather than that's probably my favorite part about her character, is that she actually protects her friends and allies. And that's her main concern. She couldn't give less of a shit about anything else. That, and she wants to give Aki his dream, which is to take down, or his goal rather, not really his dream, to take down the gun devil.
Yeah, and then when when it cuts back to her, she's just watching Denji go fucking ham. She's like, you know what, Aki, we might not stand a chance being Denji. He might be one of the few people that could actually fucking
she just
kill the gun devil.
I mean, like we said,
and she was just enamored by him.
He created a perpetual motion machine.
Man,
it was sick, dude.
She's watching Kishibe's philosophy work in real time, and she is just fascinated. She's, out of all the people that just dip out after probably a few hours, maybe a day or so, she stays there till close to the end, just watching Denji tear through this fucking
She's
devil.
Just entranced, dude. Completely entranced that Denji is able to do this. It blows my mind.
Because it's implied when he... Yeah, that's how you go on.
No, I was just saying, it blows my mind just that he could just eat devil's blood just to regain his strength back. That concept is crazy.
Yeah, it was because devils heal through blood.
But you would think devil, with it being a devil, he wouldn't be able to ingest another devil's blood. But
blood is blood. Devils probably bleed the exact same way that humans do. It just tastes awful.
But if you really think about it, in other mangas and animes and stuff like that, when it comes to different blood types, like devil's blood
Yeah,
is way different than
yeah.
human blood. And
That's
it
that's
has
some.
like healing properties, it has poisonous
Mhm.
effects to it. So like in
Yeah,
this, it's just blood, which is
yeah.
cool to
Which
me.
I think with what we learn about devils later on and how their existence and life cycles, it kind of brings them down to, even though they're way beyond human comprehension, there's still things to them that kind of makes them similar to us.
Exactly.
Um,
Um
so, but yeah, but just fucking that shit. Um, Dingy's fucking dialogue that this entire thing is great. I'm actually looking forward to hearing how they do it in the dub because I'm sure it's
that's
gonna be
oh
really
dude.
fucking good.
I, I'd have
I want
I
to
might
hear
have
it.
to I might have to hear that one.
Which I got before we recorded this. I listened to him fighting the Leech Devil in Red. You should watch him fight the Leech Devil in dub
I'll probably do that.
because it's actually pretty solid. But
But
I think of what else I was wanting to talk about with this. Let me consult my notes and I can see. But it's like that. He's gonna get that Nobel Prize, man.
he's gonna get it. He's
Um,
gonna
yeah,
slip.
man.
It's gonna slip power right off of her feet.
I like how Power just randomly mentioning how she's gonna win a Nobel Prize. That just cements itself into his mind. It's like, no, fuck
Dude.
you.
But I think
I'm
that's
gonna get.
just I think that's just how a devil
That's just.
thinks, you know, like it's just
That's just.
chaotic and crazy and just
I don't
all over
know.
the
I think this is
place.
how Dingy thinks because some other devils don't really think like how Dingy thinks.
To be fair though, like Dingy and Chainsaw Man Dingy are two different people. Like completely
Yeah.
two different people.
No, I'd say
Um
it's more so. It's like Chainsaw Man's where like Dingy's like true nature coming out.
it depends on how
I'd
you
say. I
look
think
at it.
they're
Like
very similar. It's like a heightened It's like a heightened version of his inner thoughts
I don't know. I think it's just a
or
raw,
something.
chaotic power of a chainsaw
Mm.
devil overtaking
Now,
his
with
body and
one
using
thing,
his memories to its advantage.
now with one thing that happens later on, I'll somewhat agree with that. But with regular Chainsaw Man Dingy, I think it's literally just a heightened version of himself.
Maybe. Well,
It's
but
a person that he wants to be, but he can't be. It's like
yeah.
all of his desire and wants
It's just
comes to the
all of
forefront.
his the chainsaw devil helps his emotions become into a
Yeah.
fruition. So it's like
Mhm.
the chainsaw brings out more of Dingy than
Mhm.
Dingy's allowed to release
Yeah.
because he
But
loses all control of his bodily self when he's in that
mhm.
form. So I can agree with you like
Yeah.
to the
But
degree.
he's got I like some of the shit where he talks about, man, your the blood fucking tastes disgusting, but it sure though hearing your screams of agony makes it
Yeah,
taste like
dude.
jam.
Dude, the
And
strawberry jam comment, I like
yeah, man.
that was fucking cool. I was like, that's so
Or
me.
him or whenever the fucking Eternity Devil shows his heart.
Oh
Then
my
he's basically
gosh.
like, oh come on, man, I didn't hear no bell. Don't gotta be so lame.
He's like,
Come
I
on,
was
you
only
giving up
just getting started. Like, what is this
giving up
crap?
now?
I
It's like
thought you
swimming
were
in a
cooler. I
pool.
thought you were cooler than that. I was having fun.
Yeah, but the
But
fucking
3 days
detail
of
and shit.
constant agony and growth. Oh my
Yeah. Also,
gosh.
like, I think also it's implied that whenever Dingy goes into his chainsaw form, it hurts because of the fact that the chainsaw's like cutting through his fucking
Yeah,
arms.
but at some point you just
Yeah,
you're in
become numb
so
to
much
it.
pain, like it's
Yeah,
affecting you so bad that it's all adrenaline.
yeah,
He's not feeling any of it because he's just
mhm,
too amped up, and that's
yeah,
the plus side of the chainsaw devil.
hmm,
He's almost unable to feel pain because of how chaotic it is. So like
yeah.
it's just that sudden rush of energy hits him, and he just can't stop, and that's what really
Uh,
helps him through all that pain.
but yeah, but I'd say that this entire sequence is exactly what I hoped it would be.
It
And
was phenomenal. Like
it's
especially like I
great.
said, whenever he went to go cut the heart and he was talking about being in a pool, his fucking movements was exactly what you would want to see out of just this
Yeah,
ball of chaos that is the chainsaw
hmm,
devil. Like he's just
hmm,
moving and throwing his arms around, his tongue's flying out of his mouth, his teeth are sharp. It just looks super cool. But I'm wondering if it was CGI or if it was 2D animation to make it look 3D.
Yeah. So here's the other thing that they also do is there's a lot of bits where they'll use a rough 3D model as like sort of like almost like a rig, and they'll do 2D over it so it moves a lot smoother.
Is that kind of like what we were talking about with that other thing?
Yeah, sort of. Except, yeah, exactly like that. A lot of your high octane action series will do that because it lends for like smoother animation.
But either way, man, this
it's fucking
MAPPA has
great.
Done this anime justice so far.
Yeah, and like I said, like they're wanting to adapt Fujimoto's other manga, which if they do it like Chainsaw Man, hey, we got like 3 or 4 different things that they're going to adapt. They're all going to be fucking sick.
Yeah. But after all this has been said and done, the fight's over. He's in the parking lot. He passes out. He's got a chunk of the gun devil with him. It cuts over to a really cool little scene between Aki and Himeno. Where they're talking about how the other two were so traumatized that they're talking about quitting and joining the other department that doesn't involve themselves with the devils.
They're either thinking of outright quitting or going private.
Yeah. So they were talking about quitting. So in respect for that, they decided to do a party,
a welcoming party,
so that they can feel more welcome around their peers and not feel like the job is just all doom and gloom. And so we get that little thing. They talk about how they want to get answers out of Makima. And their plan...
Aki's being a simp where he's like, yo, it has to be this week because Makima's got a business trip.
Exactly. Then she uses that as an opportunity to say, oh, maybe we can get her drunk and get answers.
Man.
So it cuts us over to... and as this is going on, Aki's digging through a devil and finding a little tiny shard of a gun bullet, which is mind-boggling that you can just find that. Like, that's insane.
Another interesting thing is that not only did the Arai and Kobeni's time with the fucking attorney, the devil, traumatize them, but particularly Himeno notes that they feel bad about trying to kill Denji.
Yeah, which
is also rather interesting.
It just shows their like human side to it.
The human side, because they're very, very much like, I'd say Arai, especially Kobeni, like she's probably the most like what I'd call like extremely human character, like she, especially towards the end.
I guess
of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, I
like with what she goes through and how she deals with it.
Except she's a little bit more sensitive than others, I will add.
She is, but in terms of humanity, it seems she has the most like, I guess, humanity almost.
I will agree with that. She's just a normal fucking person in the midst of all this crazy.
She's literally the person that's like, I don't have these special powers. I'm just a dude.
Yeah, it's just like, why the fuck am I here?
She's like their Usopp.
Yeah,
it's One Piece, like where everybody's got these special powers or special fighting skills, and you just got Usopp, who's just a dude.
Yeah, just a fucking dude, man. She's just chill. In a different sense. In a different sense. She's not chill under pressure.
Yeah, man.
And but we get this dope ass party time. They go to this local bar and they're just sitting around. They got a feast on the table. They're all drinking beer.
Power's hogging the fucking meat.
Yeah, she said, "No one's getting my meat. It's mine. It's mine.
I want my sashimi."
It's mine.
Actually, I'll say I really like hearing Kobeni's regular speaking voice. It was very nice.
Oh, dude, yeah, because like it went from like all you could hear was her just insanely confused, panicky voice, to like
it's really just soft.
She talks really soft like this, and you can't really understand her half the time.
Yeah, she's just really soft spoken, and it's a really nice contrast. Which I hope
shows up in this like hand-me-down dress too. That's really like it really just pulls
looks
off.
Nice.
Yeah, it
she's
looks
got
really
a nice
good.
little hat.
Yeah, she's just like really humble, almost.
Mhm.
I'd say almost. She is the
She's very much she's
she
extremely humble.
she is the pinnacle of what humble looks like. She
Yeah.
is exactly. But
I hope this dissuades some of the people that were talking about, oh man, Kobeni's fucking annoying. She's like Sakura, which shows were
no,
like
no, no,
actual
no, no,
comedy.
no, not at
I know. It's like
all.
there are people straight up hating on her just because like the first introduction to her is her being a spastic weirdo,
I totally
which that's
disagree. But if okay, putting yourselves
not.
in those types of situations, and
Yeah,
as a human
if you're
being,
a regular person who was from an abusive household where your family uh, preferred your younger, more talented sibling, and they're like, "Yo, either you hunt devils or you prostitute yourself."
yeah, I mean, if you're
Like
coming
I
from
see,
that lineage, and then on top of that, you're putting yourself in constant danger, especially in the
yeah,
arms of what the fuck just happened.
uh,
Any human being that is just normally sane would freak the fuck out. If you
freak
put
the
me
fuck
in that
out.
situation, I would freak the fuck out. I mean,
Would you go as far as to drink toilet water?
I don't know if I would go that far, but it would fucking
But yeah,
terrify me. Like if
yeah,
I had a chance to be done with it and offer somebody to do that,
yeah, man.
who knows what you would be thinking in that situation. So you can't really
Hmm.
hate on the character for being who she is and acting moral and human like. It's
Yeah, man.
just what humanity is. So for the haters out there, go fuck yourself.
Hey,
uh,
hey, I hope you guys come around to her because hey, Kobeni's really good and she's got some good moments coming up.
I enjoy your character a lot. So but
She's really good. In terms of Himeno's squad, she's probably my favorite because Arai is just kind of
I
he's there.
I personally don't have a character in the anime itself that I dislike.
Yeah.
So because everybody has their own in each individual like characteristics about themselves that you can appreciate.
Hmm.
So that's another thing I just love about Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, man.
But
So
to get off the tidbit,
you have to Kobeni train for a second. Hey, Denji's wanted to order, but man, he can't read.
he still hasn't learned how to read. So he's sitting there. They're like, "What do you want?" And he's just like, I don't know how to read the menu."
There's one cool thing I liked, and that's the subtitles for the menu were blurry because he couldn't read them.
Yeah, that was an interesting touch.
Hmm.
But
Uh,
they're just all feasting away, like feeding themselves, and uh they get this really really bright. The I guess it was just one of the side characters. Like he's also a devil hunter.
they're one of the other devil hunters that have been there for a while.
Yeah, but he's in a different.
Yeah,
No, they're in the same
different squad.
district. They're in the same
And
squad.
no, yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. It's a different. It's a different district, but they're more veteran than the other recruits.
Exactly. So
Because Aki squad and Himeno squad are the only recruits
Ex-
there.
yeah, so like they're all sitting there and he gets a good idea. He's like, okay, so for all the rookies, stand up, introduce yourselves, say your name and where you're from and what demon you have a contract with. And
Hmm.
we get a little character lore from each person. So you get Dingy,
Yeah,
first of all, who who reveals that he's 16 years old and everybody freaks
yeah,
the fuck
man.
out. Like,
Yeah,
have you been drinking?
because this dude looks like this dude looks like he's like 20.
Let's
But
forget that you just offered this man a tongue kiss. Let's just think about
yeah,
he's not
man.
old enough to
All right,
drink.
that's great. It's just like it's like she's like, "Yo, when I get drunk, it'll be extra good. Don't you worry."
It'll be extra juicy.
Um, Speaking of that, I like how the scene had a lot of shots where it focused on Jimena's lips.
Oh dude, like
He
it
had this
did.
real
Well,
nice, like glossy detail to them.
yeah, it's just because that's what Dingy is visualizing in his head.
That's
Like
what he's visualizing. He
that
wants that kiss.
I
He's staring
really
over.
love the adaptation between what the anime does with what Dingy sees, like throughout the whole
Yeah.
thing. Like you said, with the menu where it blurs because he can't read. Like when he looks at
Mhm.
certain people that he admires, they glow almost to him. Like he sees them
Yeah.
as a different version of what they are because that's the way he sees them. And man,
Hmm.
it's just really pretty, really beautiful.
Yeah. And then fucking, and so everyone's talking about Araya has is in contract with the Fox Devil because we find out, hey, she likes eating demons, and so she's like, yo, humans, you can give me some demons.
Give me some
I'll hand out
demons.
contracts. Hand out contracts left and right.
But she only gives
Which
access of her head to the beautiful people.
Mhm. I'll say one thing I do like about the Fox Devil. What's pretty neat is, since foxes are, of course, like the Fox Devil would be the most friendly towards humans since how prominent foxes are in Japanese culture.
I guess.
As being a positive
I don't know
icon.
if that's where they went with it, but that's an interesting.
I'm pretty
like,
sure because the foxes are like they're a sign of good luck in Japan.
I know they're a sign of good luck, but
and prosperity. So
I mean,
that'd be pretty interesting. Is that if that is
it'd be really cool if that was
partially why Cone is particularly fond of humans, when other devils are either fuck humans or they're extremely apathetic and are greedy with their contracts.
I mean, it's an interesting theory though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to think about it that way, I didn't even think about that with foxes being. At
least I'm thinking about it more so from like a Japanese cultural perspective. Like,
yeah, but
whenever
that's why they call you the elder weeb, and I'm not.
Especially if Fujimoto came from a more rural region where foxes would be prominent in terms of shrines and iconography.
Which I think he centers around Kyoto, so
that's about in between.
Yeah, so
being a city, more urban / rural area,
which is neat. But with all that he introduces that he's also using the Fox Devil, and then we get a vision of or a little vestige from damn, I forgot her name again.
Himeno?
No, not Himeno, but the girl that we were just talking about.
Kobeni.
Kobeni, yeah, that her. She stands up and she's just like, "My name's Kobeni. Yeah, I can't tell you exactly who I am and what contract I have because it's secret. But I'm here. Thanks you guys for inviting me."
She got that. There's been this one meme where because she mentions the whole prostitution thing that people are saying she's contracted with the Sloppy Toppy Devil.
Dude.
And that's her secret contract. That's
Bro,
what her secret
what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's
but it's
crazy.
It's really funny.
Sloppy Top Devil. The Succubus Devil, dude. Oh my gosh. Man. That's hilarious. Dude. But after all this is being done, Denji leans in. He said, "Oh yeah, don't forget, I haven't forgot about that kiss you owe me." And Himeno is just like, "Oh, I'm much too shy. You have to get me drunk first."
It's like, don't worry, man. When I'm super drunk, I make it extra juicy. And man, this is where Denji probably should have been a bit more persistent about his kiss.
He really should have been, but Makima came in and started sticking her nose in where.
Yeah, man.
Where it doesn't belong.
It's almost as if she just warps in.
Yeah, she does. She's just behind him, and he's just like, a kiss? Yeah. What kiss? He's like, no, you're gonna kiss somebody? No, I'm not gonna kiss anybody. And she's just like, Himeno's just like, oh, I thought we were gonna kiss, and he's just like, hell yeah, we are.
Yeah. So fucking she's sitting down. She orders a beer. Aki's trying to get information. She's like, you know what? Yo, let's have a little drink off. If you can outdrink me, I'll tell you everything.
Exactly. So like she slams down. She's just like she slams back a beer, and just takes this damn just huge glass of fucking beer, which looks amazing, by the way. That beer looks.
Dude, this beer looks really good.
It looks so
Especially
good.
I like the detail, like the foam sticking to the glass.
Like the rings all the way down from where they stopped drinking.
This anime does. This anime does a real good job at paying attention to very small details.
Like, it's just really cool. It's just like they went to a bar and like looked at how the ring sits while you're drinking with the foam.
Yeah.
And they just like, oh, we should definitely add this within, the anime. That would be sick.
It's just like, speaking of little sorry, you go on.
No, I'm done. I was done.
Okay. Like, speaking of little details, like in the previous episode with the Eternity Devil, after they kill the initial head, when the blood splatters, after the head disappears, the blood actually trails into the door right next to where the splatter happened.
Oh, dude, for real?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna have to relook that
It's
back
very
up.
it's very small, but if you look at the floor underneath the door, it starts to trail into the door.
Bro, I need to go back and check that out.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at that. That sounds
It's
sick.
a very extremely small detail, and given how much blood there is, it's easy to miss.
I might have to check that out, but we'll go back and take a look at that. That sounds sick.
But that's just like I just like that little attention to detail. But they're fucking drinking,
dude. They're a tank of beer. Like the whole table's filled with food and beer. Hours go by, and this is the moment. Himena,
man,
just fucking goes in, like no warning. Fucking goes in.
She's
just
like, "All right, here's your kiss."
Tongue kissing Denji, and he's.
Can you talk about this kiss animation?
Dude, it's like fucking steamy, bro. Like,
I'll say, anime Denji got to enjoy a whole lot more than.
I thought I was watching Berserk, dude. It was detailed for sure. He was just getting it. He was talking about the details. It's like, I can feel her tongue moving in my mouth. It feels like it's melting into the back of my throat.
Yeah.
It tastes a little weird.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! That's not tongue.
That's not tongue. And she comes up and she is just puking in his mouth.
Yeah,
it's censored in the anime, which is crazy to me because, like in the manga, it's so detailed.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a comedic censor or if they release like the Blu-ray release.
I imagine
it's a comedic censor, or if the Blu-ray releases and that shit's uncensored, that's gonna be fucking. I don't even know what that's gonna look like.
I seriously think it was just because it didn't make any sense because like as soon as he got barfed into like his mouth, he swallows it and it goes into like a different backstory.
And
the vomit was also censored in the backstory, which was it might be a censor thing like within a certain region. I don't know.
I like Powers just fucking laughing. She's like, oh look, Denji will swallow anything if he knows it has any form of nutritional value. And
she was right. He swallows every. I'm about to throw up thinking about it. He swallows every bit of it.
Fucking gulp.
It was so meaty, dude. Like the gulp went. You could just feel it going down his throat. That was just bro. Stop talking about it. I'm about to fucking barf talking about it.
One thing I liked about the kiss is there's a little bit where it cuts to fucking Makima. She's just watching it stone faced while taking a sip.
Yeah, she's just like, this is interesting. Like, she said, oh my.
Shit, I'm getting a free show tonight. Hell yeah!
And so it cuts off. It cuts over to Denji's little backstory in the alley where he's just looking at rats. He's like, "You must be pretty desperate to eat puke," and it's just a funny little tidbit. And then it cuts over to him puking in the toilet. And this is the stupidest and weirdest thing ever. So what's that guy's name? Arai is jealous of Denji in this very moment in time.
Yeah,
because he got a kiss.
You got a kiss. You're way more competent of a hunter than I am.
I'm super jealous of you. And Denji just looks over like, you're jealous? I just had a barf woman puke in my mouth.
Yeah. Another thing I liked about this little scene here is we get a lot more into damn it. You get a lot more insight into how Arai is as a person.
Yeah, he's just very
he's like
traditional and
he's very traditional, very kind of it still has like a slight gentleness to him.
He's just a stand-up citizen. That's exactly what he is.
He's talking about he's helping Denji out because he's doing it the way that he would help his mother who is a drunk.
Yeah, I really enjoy his little backstory.
Yeah, it's just a nice little thing while Denji is just puking his fucking guts out.
He's just giving the most somber, fucking backstory of his life, and Denji's over there.
Like the most violent fucking.
Dude, it's funny as hell, dude.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
after
man.
all that, Makima picks up the tab. Everybody's communing outside, and Makima's just like, "Where's Denji?" And unfortunately, this man is done passed out, and none other than Himena herself,
Himeno. Yeah,
Himeno, takes him away to her apartment. Keep in mind,
yeah,
this
man.
boy is 16 years old,
Uh huh.
so he's a minor, and she comes into the room as he wakes up, and he's just like, "Where am I? Oh wait, that lady puked in my mouth." And she comes in just in nothing but like pajama clothes and like a
Yeah.
stringy top, and she's drinking beer as a follow up, and
Uh huh.
she drinks the beer, pours it into his mouth. This boy is 16. He was
Yeah, man.
drinking tea at the place, so he wasn't drinking.
Uh
So
huh.
she pours the beer into his mouth, and he's just sitting there, just all shy and shit.
Yeah, dude.
And
I like the whenever she first comes in, it's like a POV shot of Denji.
yeah, with his eyes
And
opening and his arms in the
his
air.
eyes open. It's really nice, especially because his vision tracks onto Himeno whenever she enters,
Yeah,
and it's
I
just
really
really.
like that. And I really like the detail that they added to her gait whenever she was drunk walking into
When
the
she's drunk,
room.
yeah, she's
And
like
so,
stumbling a little.
yeah,
She's not eating.
she's just like really, you can tell she's drunk and she's slurring her words. Um, little known fact: people who voice act drunk people method act most of the time.
Hmm.
They will drink behind the mic so that they can get
Hmm.
the slur that they're actually drunk. There's a couple
Hmm.
voice actors that I know that did it. One being Rick Sanchez from uh, Rick and Morty, the guy who
Oh, come
voices
on,
Rick Sanchez.
you gotta give him his name. Fucking Justin Roiland, man.
He method act
You gotta give
drinking
honor to the man
so
himself.
so well that she actually voice acted being drunk. I wonder if she was method acting, because that would be
Probably.
really really cool and dedicated. So
Hmm.
just a little side tidbit, my bad. But
But yeah,
um yeah, so she gets on top of him, and she's just like,
yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I don't know about this." And she's like, "Oh, why are you so shy? You like Makima, don't you?
But don't you,
You could do
man?
better than that dumb bitch." Like,
What you guys fucking seeing her? She's a fucking Becky. Let me tell you.
she's a dumb
I know.
hoe.
I know the thing about Becky's. I heard her mom's a hoe.
So she's just like, "Why don't you move on?" And I was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah.
So
Come on, it's the eye patch. I bet it's the eye patch. You don't like eye patches. Speaking of eye patches, there's a close-up shot in this episode where it zoomed in
oh
onto the
yeah,
detail
we
of her
forgot about
fucking
that
eye
part.
patch.
Yeah,
I think it was
at
sometime during the
the
party.
no, it wasn't at the party. It was at the backstory with her at the
Yeah,
gravesite with that guy. I can't remember his name.
but Kishibe.
Kishibe.
Yeah,
It zoomed into her eye patch and it had that really cool texture to
and
it.
yeah, which is not necessary, but it's appreciated.
It's appreciated definitely
It's
especially
very,
by
very much
me.
appreciated.
Um,
Yeah,
but she flops over after all this, and she's looking at Denji, squeezing his cheeks. He is super like just flabbergasted right now. He doesn't know what to do. He's never been in this situation before. Her tits are almost hanging out for him to see. She's squeezing his face, pursing his lips, and she just leans in right into his ear and just gets, real close, just like this. You
yeah.
wanna you
You
wanna
wanna? Hey, little mama, let me whisper. Yeah,
you wanna do it.
yeah, man.
They just, and it cuts to the really cool
Fucking
outro.
ending, dude. This was a
Dude,
really neat outro. Like I
it
said, I
was
like how every outro has its own unique look and feel to it.
me too. And you think that it's just gonna, at some point it's just gonna fall off. They're gonna get lazy with it. No.
Oh,
It got so good on this one because like it was all video game ref. It was on an old retro TV
it's the
with
old retro
old
TV.
retro like
It's not like that.
90s anime like texture to it or graphics to it.
Yeah.
It
Fucking distortion effects that look like they belong in like a 90s music video.
and then there was just that one bit
Um,
where Himeno was puking into his mouth, but it was all tie-dye and circling
it's all
into his
tie-dye
mouth.
and trippy.
It looked
Dude,
cool, dude.
I like the fucking RPG sequence where it's like it has like the party, even Makiba meeting Denji for the first time,
Yeah,
and
it
especially
adds,
whenever it's like the fucking fight scene, the fight screen, where whenever he does an attack, it does a little like flash effect of like him doing a pixelated chainsaw pull.
yeah, it's like the whole scene is just amazing. So,
It's such a
but
good fucking ending.
that's it. That's episode 7.
And
So,
that's episode 7.
honestly, I think I've covered everything I want to say about it, Bob. So, what about you?
It's fucking about it too. Like, I mean, it's a really good fucking episode.
It was.
Chainsaw Man is continuing to be an absolutely goated fucking anime.
It 100% is like anime
It's-
of the
it's
year so
probably-
far. I will agree.
I would put it probably close up to like Chainsaw Man is already one of my favorite manga, but I think even the anime is probably going to creep up to being one of my top favorites.
It's getting really good so far.
Really good.
But I'm waiting for that Hell's Paradise to come out too. So
dude, that's just going to be sick.
that
too.
might be
that
might be topping this one maybe a little, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
We'll see. But it's so far it's been a really solid adaptation. I liked how they're going for the whole cinematic realism angle for how how they approach camera work.
Oh yeah, things
it's
are
really-
evolving. Things are definitely changing, and Mappa is doing everything they can to show the new techniques.
I wouldn't be surprised if this particular production sets new standards for certain studios.
I'm sure it does because they don't want to get left behind.
Or at least it would set a new standard into what a anime adaptation can be.
You know what I really want to see, and you might disagree with me at this point. And don't get me wrong, it is a classic, and I do love the original. But I would love to see a Mappa rework or like just artist like redraw or animation of Cowboy Bebop.
Dude, that actually might be good.
Imagine how fucking pretty that would be.
That would be. I'd love probably maybe like a small like anniversary short or something. That'd be pretty sick.
That would be amazing.
Like there'd be a lot of stuff that Mappa could do that I'd say look really really amazing.
Just in general though, I don't know, Cowboy Bebop. I need to finish it because Blasphemy. I haven't watched all of it, but
I'd save it till we actually start to cover it because I want to cover that for this podcast.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't. I thought that was going to be our starting one, but we ended up being Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen, which we started the year with a Mappa production, and we're also going to be ending the year with a Mappa production.
Exactly, it's going to be great.
It's fucking great.
That's just full circle, baby, full circle.
Other than that, I mean, like I said, like the shit's really really good.
Oh, dude, not even the word for it. It's phenomenal.
I was kind of found it crazy that a lot of people said some people said that when they read the manga, they figured an anime for it would have a more colorful design for it. It's like no, like when I don't know about you, when I've read that manga, I've always imagined it with like a sort of darker, gritty, like look to it.
What now?
So in terms of tone, like for the series, some people, when they were found themselves not digging how the animation is for Chainsaw Man, some of them pointed to how they imagined that after seeing the panels that the series would be a lot more colorful.
No, it needs to be like a dark, depressing type.
That's like the entire dynamic. It's like it's got this whole gritty, sort of bleak look,
but it's got grotesque feeling to it. You gotta have.
And it's got these all while having these insane characters with cool designs.
Honestly, I think it does really well with the emotions that carry on with the color. It's kind of like the same with Your Lie in April, where you got the scenes that are just vibrant and pretty, and it's the times that he's in presence with, the girl. But where it gets dark and depressing and you hit those really somber fucking moments that he has, it gets really dark and depressing. The tone sets in. Color matters with emotion. So
I think, and I think with the muted sort of color palette we got with Chainsaw Man, whenever there is bright colors, they pop out a whole lot more.
Yeah.
So like when Denji cuts through the Bat Devil and you get like the fucking blue and purple guts
Yeah.
flying in the air, like that shit looks really good because like the color is popping out and contrasting with the rest of the color palette.
Exactly. Like you only want the
And-
bright and vibrant colors whenever it's a moment that deserves it.
Yes.
So I agree with you on that one, 100%.
Mhm.
I really love the
But-
color patterns and how depressing and dark the
Mhm.
colors tend to be.
Yeah. But other than that, hey, if you like this video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing even.
Yeah, subscribe.
I would love to discuss Chainsaw Man and talk
You're not
Chainsaw Man with you
you're
guys.
not you're not subbed.
What's up? Ah, dude, come on, get in, get in, you loser! I'm gonna bully you. I'm gonna make you my little bully boy. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bully you hard. I'm gonna take the straw out of your cup.
Hey man,
Ooh.
calm down. YouTube might strike us. Chill.
Ooh, man, that fork packet. I'm gonna take the fork out. I'm gonna have this napkin.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So you better subscribe. Otherwise, I'm gonna make you my little bully boy. You don't want that.
But
You don't like that.
anyway, Bopsto,
Anyway.
carry it away, buddy.
All right, man. Well, I'm Bopsto, the Elder Weeb.
And I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
You just got done watching the Anime Boys.
The anime boys. See ya.
Anime Boys. See ya. Don't make me bully you.